Welcome to the Crafty Toads podcast. This is episode 36, and it's almost caught up to my age. 3 years. Just shy.
One more, and we'll be there.
We are coming to you from, well, today, absolutely beautiful Glassboro, New Jersey.
Oh, God, the weather's gorgeous.
It is just absolutely spectacular. I don't even know what the temperature is, but it's gorgeous.
Yeah. And
you can tell that it's not very humid because my hair is not in tight corkscrew curls as it has been most of the summer. So it's beautiful, beautiful day. I am Mary Beth. You can find me all over as Mary Beth 494 and my silent partner over here.
I am Helen, and you can find me as Helen HG69. The barking is Spike. Drusilla will probably join in soon enough. They know their pockets are full of treats and they want them.
Yes. They like to be bribed. So that's how we get through. Anyway, we are a knitting, crocheting, sewing, crafty podcast, hence the name. And we own a store called Toad Hollow, also hence the name. You can find our store at toadhollowNJ.com or on Etsy as Toad Hollow NJ. And a little bit later, we've started a new Facebook page. So we'll be telling you that a little bit later in the show.
Okay.
All right. So we would like to say thank you so much to anybody who has bought our Advent mini calendar set or the 12 Days of Christmas. Thank you very, very much. We've had such a great response to it. So we are getting very, very excited about that, as I hope you are as well. And if you haven't purchased it and you would like to, you can find them on the podcast or on the website. And we should probably mention that we dye yarn.
I was going to say, one of the things we do at Toad Hollow is we dye beautiful yarn.
Yes.
And we make project bags, which we will... Okay. That is the weirdest dog I have ever heard of.
I don't know what kind of dog it is. That's his bark. It may be his happy bark, I'm not sure. But it's his bark. So anyway, we are lone larching it. As you can see, we are in our backyard. Yes. Such a beautiful day we decided to come outside. So I would also like to say thank you to, I'm getting the name right, Mary Stewart Olson. She left us a comment, and anybody who leaves us a comment underneath, thank you, because we do try and respond, and it means the world to us. Helen will be like, oh, look, we got a comment. Anyway, Mary Stewart Olson commented on our last podcast and said that we were so newsy, which to me is a huge compliment. It just makes me think of sitting around the kitchen table with friends.
Yeah.
You have your coffee or your tea, and the happiest I saw my mom when we were growing up was when my grandmother would stop by, or when we went over to my grandmother's house and we went off and did our things, and she got to sit and talk.
Right.
And just chat with an adult.
And relax.
Right. So if we were in the 70s or the 80s, I'd tell you to take out your cigarettes, but since we're not and we're healthy now, pull up a chair. We're going to have a chat and get comfy because we got a lot to talk about. Shall we start with the elephant in the room?
Yes, I think we should.
All right. It's not an elephant. It's beautiful.
I finished my Lost in Time shawl. Just in case you don't follow me on Instagram, where, I announced it like the second coming.
Yes, but look at this. Look at this.
So this is my very first, intense crochet project. And I am so thrilled with it. I believe I'm a master crocheter now.
Well, you have mastered many, many stitches.
Yeah.
Well, all right. Let's say you've learned many, many stitches. Maybe mastered is a little bit excessive, but you have learned many, many stitches. And,
Get your claws out of that screen.
It's such a beautiful day. We have the screen door open into the house, and Tabitha's right now climbing it. So, just gorgeous.
It's made from a bunch of different yarns. It was not a kit. It was just colors that I put together. Part of it was a Wonderland gradient set. And then others I just brought in.
Okay, so the Wonderland gradient set was pretty much the pinks and the purples, right? And the blue purple. The green was separate. That was
one
Welsh,
purple,
right?
No, Australian.
Australia.
New Zealand.
New Zealand, okay.
And
The very light, is that hedgehog?
That's hedgehog. This one's hedgehog. The bobble here is hedgehog. That was the opalite that I used in my snow melt shawl. And also the darker purple right here. That is Chelsea yarns. I believe it was Purple Rain that I also used in my. I was using the remains of my snow melt colors because I love them so much. But I love the color choices. I love the yarn, and now I want to. Are you picking a tweed? Thank you.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, you're just picking apart my tweed.
Sorry, I didn't know it was tweed. I'm so sorry. I will not pick anymore.
She, rightfully so, thought it might be, a dog hair.
Or a bug.
Okay, not rightfully so on the bug. Anyway, what was I saying? The bug threw me.
My destroying your shawl just set you back.
Oh, the color choices. I love every stitch of this. And I will do, it's mihocrochet.com is where you find the pattern. She has other shawl patterns, and I will probably do another one, but I think I'm going to do another Lost in Time in some autumn colors.
Okay.
I want to put together like an autumn color kit.
Okay.
And do it.
Well, knowing my affinity for autumn colors,
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure you're going to be able to find something on the shelf. So
Yeah.
it'll be okay.
So, but
Wow.
all done.
So pretty. Really, really pretty.
Glory. And it's so beautiful outside, I can still wear it.
Yeah. Very nice. Very, very nice. It's kind of hard to go after that.
Yeah, it is. Podcast
Let
over.
me show you.
Thank you very much. Mic drop.
I will start with whips because I think I have one more whip than you.
Yes,
So
you do.
We'll start with my whips. I apologize. I have the leaning
I'm going
tower
with the bandit look.
on the chair. I have been working on 2 crochet blankets. One is a sampler blanket that I showed last week. I have used up a tremendous amount of yarn on it, but I have been doing rows and rows of bobbles. So I really haven't gotten that far, and I ran out of yarn, so I haven't been able to work on it. So I am going to show you my other crochet blanket that I am working on. This is my granny square one that I am doing with,
Look how pretty.
is this the peaches and cream?
No,
This is the other one, right?
This is softer than the peaches and cream.
This is Premier Home Cotton, and it's
Got like a tiny bit of nylon.
85 cotton, 15 polyester.
And I think the polyester is what makes it softer.
So this is how I am coming. Actually, if we turn it this way, there's my progress keeper. I was here the last time I showed it. I have 6 colors.
Here, hold it in front of my face instead of yours. So you're talking.
Blue, purple, pink, orange, green, and gray. And I am just, when I finish a gathering of 6, then I just reach into my bag and whatever I pull out is what I do next. I have not gotten it where I repeat exactly the last row yet.
What do you mean by a gathering of 6?
I have 6 colors, so I'll do all
gotcha.
6
Okay.
colors, and then I just reach in, so I'm not doing blue, pink, orange, green, purple, gray, blue, pink, orange, green,
Okay.
in the same order. It's all mixed up, because I kind of like it a little mismatchy, but yes, I really, really am enjoying this. I'm doing this in the morning when I wake up, so I throw in a little bit of crochet as I go. I am doing this with, I'm pretending like I can read this, a 4.5 crochet hook and cotton polyester yarn that I got from big box store, probably Joann's. No, probably
AC
Michael's
Moore.
or AC Moore. Love it. Really, really love it.
Oh,
Working my way around.
work faster.
Yeah, it's got to, fall's coming. I gotta get going. Okay, go for it.
My first one, I have been working slowly but surely on my Fairy Hill shawl, which is a Helen Stewart pattern. It was the first pattern in this year's Secret Shawl Society.
I believe she's getting ready to release pattern 5.
We have them in our
Yes,
stash,
yes, we
our
do.
queue, and we will ultimately knit them all. 'Cause
Yes.
I really love Helen's Store's patterns. I mean, if you're a frequent viewer,
You will
this
know this about us.
recurring theme.
Butterfly.
I'm using Toad Hall yarns, and this one is was a one-off. We were trying a color combination.
Picking up a pen with my foot.
Look at you, how
Dexterous.
flexible. The last time I showed it on the podcast, I was here, so it looks like I have done a tremendous amount, but I haven't shown it for a very long time either. And the only reason I'm really showing it is because I've changed colors. I've moved on to the second color.
Okay, so what was the name of the first one?
It was a one of a kind.
Right.
I think it
Is
was
that
called
Bad
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 Tuesday.
Tuesday because it came out wrong.
Right. It was just totally wrong. We were having a bad dyeing day, so we just called it Bad Tuesday.
But what are you going into?
I like it very much. It's just a very nice muted color. It'll go with just about anything.
Right.
And then I'm going into, you can't really see it on here because I've done 3 whole rows.
You can see it.
It's Desert Lily. It's from our Deadly Garden series. So it's a nice rosy pink with bits of orange. So
It's really pretty.
it is. It's gorgeous.
I dyed that yarn.
Yeah.
That's very, I did a good job on that.
So that is my Fairy Hill.
It's really, really pretty. It's, as you said, muted.
Yeah. And I think I'm about 60% done.
Okay.
So we're
Working
getting
your
close.
way through.
Yeah.
Very, very
Fairy
pretty.
Hill.
Okay. The second thing I'm working on, the little backstory, we did a trunk show, a pop-up show in Rumson last week. A knitting club in Rumson meets at their local library, and they asked us to come and set up, which we did, and had a lovely time doing it. But one of the things we did was we were matching shawls to yarn for people, and one of the ladies bought the geology shawl, which I decided, oh, I'm really intrigued by this, I'm going to try it too. And if you follow me on Instagram, you may have seen last night that I got to the point where I realized I just screwed up the lace section so badly, I had to frock it and just pull the whole thing out. So it wasn't so much the, well, there was a thing with the pattern where there were instructions on the chart page, which I didn't read because I usually read the line by line instructions, and there was a really important information on the chart page that I didn't read, and I realized
It didn't get transferred to the...
Yeah, so rather than
written.
repeating the entire chunk that I thought I was supposed to, you were only supposed to repeat a small part of it. It got so screwy. So I pulled it out and decided to start something new. So I am now doing the Red Robin shawl by Helen Stewart. I am doing it on one of our club yarns. This is Hanging in the Stars. It was one of our destination ones. I just pulled it out last night and started this. So this is, I think you could probably say this is her standard beginning, where you start with 5 stitches and then you just go back and forth and add a stitch on either end. And you have a middle piece where you're adding a stitch on either side of that on your knit rows. But you start with a stockinette section and then you go into a textured pattern section. This, I love the color of the yarn. This is what it looks like rolled up.
And a testament to the yarn, this is, what, the 3rd project you've knit with this yarn?
Oh my god, that's
This
right.
ball of yarn? I mean, you have frogged 2 projects. And it looks great.
It's the cursed yarn.
Well, no, but it looks great. It's not like it's kinked or anything.
No, it's beautiful.
Yeah.
It really is. It's a gorgeous yarn. Anyway, and the pattern is going to be beautiful. So I have just started the Red Robin shawl. So I'm using it on my iPad, so I don't have a picture of it. But we'll try and put one in, a picture of it. It's one skein shawl, so it's going to be fast and easy. The reason I'm doing it is I'd like to get it done for New Jersey sheep and wool so that I can have it as a sample in case somebody comes up and says, I love your yarn, I want to get one skein, what can I do with it? I can point to it and say, you can do this. So that is the plan. We shall see.
It's funny being at the Rumson thing, you realize the online community, you get so entrenched in the online knitting community. It's a wonderful community, and you think that everybody is aware of what is going on online. Everybody's aware of podcasts and Ravelry and all the millions of patterns that are out there and the patterns that are the most popular right now.
Right.
You know, like the starting point or the fade or whatever. And then you get people who aren't, they knit. I mean, there are people out there, there's a lot of them.
Yeah, and they knit a lot.
And they knit a lot, but they're not part of the online community. So that, you know, you're shocked almost when somebody comes up to you and says, well, what can I do with only one skein? And you're like, well, you can knit a pair of socks or a shawl. And they're like, what?
Right.
So that it's interesting.
Oh, it's also nice to know.
It's good to know so that you have, when you're trying to sell your yarn, you have some idea, you know,
well, you're prepared.
You're prepared to show people what they can and cannot do, because not everybody knits socks. And
also, what I am learning is that before you start recommending shawl patterns, you should probably knit it first, so that you can recommend it and then not figure out as you're knitting along that, you know, key information was on the wrong page.
Yeah, that the pattern's not
or that you didn't read through every single page the way you probably should when you start a project. So,
but when you're recommending something, you want to recommend something
that is easy to follow.
Because if you have to recommend a one skein, this is someone who's not used to probably reading patterns. So,
okay,
learning experiences.
Yeah. All right, so, what's up?
My next one came about because a customer of ours got in touch with us and asked us. She said she was doing a project and she needed about 26 minis, and would we dye her 26 minis? So we got very intrigued. We just assumed she was knitting a scrappy blanket, but we asked her, after of course saying yes, what she was doing, and she said she was doing the mini mania scarf.
There's a huge butterfly
that just came and landed
like
on the porch
2 feet away from us.
Really big. Beautiful. Anyway, mini mania scarf. Focus.
So for anybody who has lots and lots of minis and you don't want to do a blanket or a sweater or something like that with it, you just, you know, want to do something different.
You want to have a garment.
This is cool.
Yeah, this is a really cool, and it's a free pattern, which is amazing. So this is the mini mania scarf.
Who's it by?
It is by Sarah Core. Find it on Ravelry. And it is done completely in the linen stitch, so that it looks like it's, you would never guess looking at that your first guess would not be that it was knit. You would think it was woven. So she told us, and I'm like, okay, yes, we will dye you the skeins, and thank you very much, because now I have to make one.
Right.
So
the big thing about this is when you knit a scarf, you think you're going to cast on 48 or 100 stitches or however width it's going to be, and then you're just going to go back and forth. With this scarf, you cast on the length. Now, she gives you lots and lots of options. She gives you a short one is 300, small and skinny is 300
stitches that you cast on. Middle of the road is 400 stitches. Large and in charge is 500 stitches. Epic / ridiculously epic is 600 stitches. So of course I went with the 300 stitches, because, you know, I'd never go overboard or anything like that. It took me 5 days to cast on 600 stitches.
She really went with the 600 stitch
one. And
I cast it on too, but I did it all wrong. So,
well, you didn't do it wrong. It was
my needles are too big.
Your needle was too big.
I have to finish a project so I can take the needles.
Once you cast on the 600 stitches and get through the first row, then you get so intrigued by the pattern you're creating and the color changing and how the colors play with each other. It's really, because she says the same thing, that it sounds like the stitches, since it's such a repetitive stitch, it's going to be a boring thing to knit, but it's not. You get totally wrapped up in it, and you just want to keep going until you get to the next color so you can see how they play with each other. This is
Hey, come on up. Come on up.
mini scarf. And I just love it. I
is
love
so pretty.
the fabric this has created because it is very flat. It's like a woven scarf. It's soft and thin and flat. I don't know how to describe it.
But firm,
But
too.
firm.
Yeah.
I mean, it's dense texture.
So you are changing minis at the end of every row.
No, I do about 3 rows.
You do 3 rows of each color?
Yeah, so I get it.
Oh, so you're taking it all the way.
Yeah, because it's a lot of slip stitching. No, I don't have to. It takes about half a 20 skein mini.
Okay. No
Because-
wonder you're getting such good color.
Yeah.
I was changing after every row and my colors weren't showing up and I thought that was it, but I didn't realize you were doing like 3 of each color.
Yeah, because what happens is it's essentially, depending on which row you're on, you're either knitting and slipping each stitch or you're purling and slipping each stitch. So that for 2 rows just about, you're still dealing with the color
From the one
the
below.
previous color. So I
right?
get myself to the point where after I complete a row, it is all of those stitches are the current color that I'm on, if that makes any sense. See, on this,
Okay.
you can see I am knitting with the variegated yarn. It's multicolored yarn, and my previous color was yellow, so you can see every other stitch is yellow. So the next row that I do, it'll pretty much all be the variegated, and then
That'll be the second row.
that'll be the second row,
And then you'll do a third row
and then
on
I'll
top
do
of
a
it.
third row so that I have at least one full completed row
Gotcha.
that is just one color.
Okay.
So, and that way I get the blend of the colors and then one color.
It's so pretty.
It is.
But that's such a smart way of doing it.
And
I'll have
it's-
to remember that.
It's great car knitting or, mindless knitting because it slips, knit, slip. You just have to remember to wrap the stitch
Right.
because you wrap your slip stitch. But I love
That's another thing I was doing. I was remembering to wrap on the purls, but I wasn't remembering to wrap on the knit side.
it. Yeah.
So it was
And
nice.
you need that to create the texture.
Yeah.
So, excuse me, I'm bribing dogs.
Okay. So our next whips are with a purchase that we made. So
What? I don't have that.
you do, it's in the book.
Oh, right. Okay.
Okay.
Sorry.
We went to Haddonfield to a yarn store, which we're going to talk about. But while we were there,
Let's talk about it now. I mean, make it all part of the story.
okay, so we have been making bags, getting ready for New Jersey Sheep and Wool, and we got a call from Hooked in Haddonfield that she would like us to bring, to see if we had any bags that she could carry in her store. She was our very first online wholesale sale about a year and a half ago for our bags. She ordered it online, and then we didn't hear from her again. So all of a sudden, out of the blue, she called and said, or sent us an email and said, "Hey, I'd like to carry some of your bags. Would you like to send some over?" And we said, "Well, actually, we just moved to the area. We're about half an hour away. We'll stop by with them." So we brought all our bags over, and she took about a third of them. So
Which is really very nice.
it really great.
Yeah.
Slight panic.
Stressful in that we lost
A third of our
It
inventory.
would appear we're being invaded.
There's a plane flying overhead.
I think it's a helicopter.
Oh yeah, no, it probably is.
We will pause for the invasion. Holy cow.
It's pretty low.
Seriously, I think we're being invaded.
I think it's a military one.
They had bombs on either side.
Maybe it's
Or
a torpedo.
torpedoes.
Yeah, probably a torpedo, not a bomb. Can you tell we are not militarily inclined?
No way.
Anyway,
I don't think
back
it
to
should be-
yarn and good stuff. But while we were there, we
Since she bought all our bags,
bought a
we
book.
were a little flush. So
Yeah, we bought a book. We bought a book that's called 50 Plus Mandalas that you can crochet. which, I mean, we're master crocheters now.
Right.
So we had to get it.
And I learned how to crochet so I can make mandalas.
Right.
I love the look of the mandalas.
So we have been working, well, we just started.
I was going to say, yeah, for 24 hours we've been working.
But do you want to show yours?
Oh, yeah.
Since you've got it in there?
Yeah.
All right, show the picture. What's it called?
The one I have chosen to do is called Olive's Room. It's a finished product. Can you see it? I can't see what I'm showing.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, you can.
I just don't want to show the other page.
No, there's not that much information on the other page. So go ahead, show yours.
So this is as far as I've got. Here's my little... And I would be a little bit further along, but I had to take out, this was the blue row a couple times because it turns out the patterns are all in the book. But I figured it out and moving forward. So I am using minis from our stash. So it's all fingering weight, fine yarn, and it is such a difference because we're both crocheting cotton blankets, and cotton blankets are, the cotton we're using is rough to crochet, and then you get to this and it's just like whoosh,
Yes.
just flying off the hook. So it's just a dream to crochet with fine yarn. So that's mine.
I am doing the tumbleweed junction, which is that one. This is where I am so far.
Oh, look at your colors.
Isn't that pretty?
Look at our difference in colors.
So pretty. I am using marionettes from Marionated Yarn. It is a set of six minis. And as I was reading the makeup of it yesterday, I realized I'm doing this in 80-10-10. I'm using cashmere to make my mandala. So I may put mine on a pillow. Actually, what I'd really like to do, we were talking about making mandalas to hang around the tent for shows, but what I'm really tempted to do is to just keep going and going and going and going around till it gets as big as I want it to be for a blanket, and then squaring it off and just making it into an awesome blanket. I don't know yet, but I'm just having a lot of fun.
Learning the crochet stitches and everything.
Mine, I picked a relatively easy one. It's mostly double and triple crochets. There was one, the double crochet cluster that I just had to figure out, but that was really very simple to do. So that's where I am so far. I started this yesterday afternoon. So I'm working my way through bit by bit. But
I'm thinking of putting mine on an embroidery hoop, but on fabric.
okay.
See how that might look.
I think it's going to be beautiful.
Yeah.
We have to pick the right fabric.
Right.
But yeah, no, I think
instead
it'll
of
be pretty.
stretching it to the hoop and not having anything behind it,
Okay.
sew it down onto fabric.
Okay.
So we shall see.
I think that's a great idea. Well, while we were in Haddonfield after we sold our bags, next door or 2 doors down, there's a quilting shop.
This is a dangerous town.
Oh my God, so dangerous. It's a beautiful town. I mean, absolutely gorgeous, but
Oh my God.
wow.
It's got these gorgeous old big houses. It's such a pretty town to drive through.
So while we were in the shop, the quilting shop, we went over and took a look around, and we found some fabric.
Surprisingly enough, we went in a fabric store.
We found owls for Halloween. Look at that.
I love the different color stars.
God, I love this. These are all going to be bags for New Jersey sheep and wool. All right, so there's that. This one,
Talk faster. We need to sew.
I almost cried. I was so happy. It's Paddington. Okay, quick story. I loved reading Paddington when I was growing up, and I had a Paddington bear. Well, actually, for my 10th birthday, the only thing I wanted was a Paddington bear. He was a tall stuffed animal. He was probably about that tall. And when I woke up on my birthday is the day before Halloween, Paddington was sitting at the end of my bed, and he had a little suitcase, and my mom had sewn clothes for him, and he had the same Halloween costume that she made for me. I was going to be a jester that year, and she took the scraps and made a jester costume for Paddington so that when I woke up, he was sitting at the end of my bed in his Halloween costume. I still have the Halloween costume. I still have Paddington. It's such a special thing for me. And when we made our one big trip that we actually went on, when we went to England, one of the places we had to do was Paddington Station.
It wasn't hard. We made sure our hotel, we had to go into Paddington Station to get to our hotel.
To go to our hotel. And it's just, Paddington is very, very special. Also, I used to teach kindergarten, and when I got my first kindergarten classroom, my brother, one of my baby brothers, who was probably 17 at the time, made sure that I had a Paddington bear, one that I could take to the classroom because he knew how much it meant to me. So always a special spot.
He's really a very thoughtful person sometimes.
Yes, he is. So I will always, one of these bags will be staying with me because there's just, and when I saw the pattern, I was like, oh my God. We have to
we were just at the point where I'm like, okay, we have to stop now. And she holds up Paddington. I'm like, okay, fine, put it on.
So then there's this pattern, which, oh my God. Am I holding it up so you can see the trees?
Yeah.
Because under the trees, they're bunnies.
Yep.
And there are orange fish swimming underneath. I love this. This is so pretty. So there's that fabric. We found cotton. She carries cotton and steel.
Dear Stella.
No, sorry, Dear Stella. This is, we have had this fabric before, and it just makes the most gorgeous bags. I love this. So when I saw
wearing
this,
little boots. Actually, I think they're wearing socks.
they're wearing socks.
They're wearing socks. All the animals are
The
wearing
fox
socks.
is wearing tube socks. Okay, can you see the fox that's wearing tube socks?
I never realized that before. That's just hysterical. Can you see the owl socks? The owl socks. I'm going to talk myself out of selling these bags.
So we will have this in a bunch of different styles. I love this. I love the colors. I love the animals. And then I saw this one and I thought, oh, we've got to get that because of the fall colors. It's perfect for fall. And as she's cutting it,
Bonus.
I elbowed Helen. I'm like, oh my God, look, there's an owl in the middle of it.
The way the fabric was wound on the bolt, you couldn't see the owl. You just saw the
fall leaves and everything, which are beautiful by themselves.
Yeah.
And then you put the postal stuff behind it, which I adore. I love that layered look. So I was just really, really excited. And then as she's cutting it, I'm like, oh my God, there's an owl.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So these are
So
the
if you
fabrics.
get the lucky cut, you will get the owl.
Yeah. These are the fabrics that we got. So if you're coming to New Jersey Sheep and Wool, start looking for those because we'll be making them.
New Jersey Sheep and Wool is obviously New Jersey's Fiber Festival.
Right.
It is September 9th and 10th.
It
is in Lambertville, and it's at the Hunterdon County Fairgrounds. And we will be vending. Chelsea Yarns will be right next door to us.
Marinated Yarns, the one we could talk about all the time, will be across the aisle from us.
So it's going to be a fun weekend, and
Yeah.
hopefully it's been getting bigger and bigger each year. So hopefully.
And the weather, I think, is going to be gorgeous.
Yeah, my phone goes as far as
Well, now we should
Thursday.
go as Friday, right?
Yeah, but like 79 on Thursday. So last year when we were setting up, it was 100 degrees, and Saturday was so hot. So we're hoping this year it's going to be more like it is right now. So.
But last year, it was so funny. We met a couple of viewers that came up.
Right.
Cheryl
Hi,
came
Linda.
down, and Linda and Russ.
Yeah.
And
Barbara.
So
And Barbara went home and started her podcast. She recorded her very first podcast after coming to New Jersey Sheep and Wool.
right. So hopefully we will meet other people. And yeah, no, if you come, please make sure you stop by.
Yeah.
We're in Barn 4. I don't know the number, but we're Barn 4.
Yeah. You're not going to be able to miss us.
Yeah, trust me. Okay, so while we were there, not only did we buy fabric.
I am such a sucker for
so-
books.
Is it Assemble?
Yes,
We
Assemble.
should probably say the name of the store.
Yes.
It's Assemble, because they want people to get together and sew. So it's a place to assemble and
also assemble things.
assemble things. There you go. Really, really great people.
They're moving, but she's planning to be there probably through December. So
Yeah.
Okay. But anyway, I'm a sucker for pretty books that teach us how to do things that I will probably never do. But so we got the first one we got. is boho embroidery. And I am intrigued by embroidery, not cross-stitch embroidery, but embroidery to embellish, I think is probably the best way to explain how I see myself using embroidery.
Right.
I don't see myself buying a pattern and making that pattern, but taking an existing piece and embellishing it, or using different fibers and things like that. So the boho embroidery, that is pretty much exactly what it is. It says on the back, let's talk about the time when embroidery and textile art met. They formed a unique pairing of modern chic design using traditional methods. So she uses fabric and paper piecing and all sorts of things to create.
This is by
She is Nicole Vogelsinger. She's from Bucks County, Pennsylvania. But just some of the things, I mean, look at this. Happens to be where I am in the book. I just love that. I love the look of that. I want that all over my house.
yeah.
That. I like color.
It's a mixture of the colors,
Right.
and the free.
The different techniques, and it's just,
And
it's not
freewheeling, but
it's not your
you're not-
everyday embroidery.
right, you're not stuck in tradition or anything like that. It's more.
I mean, like, look at that. She's taking, you know, a rose on a existing piece of fabric and just embellishing the petals.
And then what you can do is you can create a flower using just embroidery stitches as
Right.
well, against a different color background if that's what you prefer. But it gives you all different types of ideas and ways to do it.
Right, and I've read through part of it, and I have gotten through her explaining the stitches and telling you how to create the stitches. I haven't actually gotten to the point of creating my sampler hoop to do my stitching, but I understand how the stitches work based on her explanation, which to me is a sign of a very good book.
Well, that kind of segs into this one. This is Creative Stitching by Sue Spargo. This is another book that we were actually talking to the owner, and she was talking about how she was doing things with it.
And she kept saying Sue Spargo. I'm like, we have no idea what you're talking about.
So this lady takes pieces of felt, sews them on using decorative stitches, okay, and then embroiders beads and things like that with it. But what she has is truly fantastic pictures and instructions on how to do each of the stitches. Because what she'll do is, here's the whipped back stitch, and she'll tell you step by step and show you. Here is how to do a threaded back stitch, and again, great pictures showing you, so that even if you're starting with something in there and you don't have exactly the right idea of what to do, you're getting confused, you come here, look it up in this one, and it's got amazing illustrations to show you what you need to do. Here, this is a bird that she did, and she cut out the pieces of felt and then did all the embellishments with thread. And she talks about using different threads, and one of the kinds of thread she uses is fingering wool.
Yeah, they both mentioned using minis.
The minis, so that you can, if you have minis that you want to do. I'm trying to find.
I mean, there's one that's going to just... Oh, is it in the book? We saw it on her Instagram. Look at him.
All right. She also has our sensibility, because seriously, I kind of need him on everything. I adore him. And so, is that a nail?
Yes.
She's doing something with nails. I'm not sure what. I haven't read that far yet, so I don't know. But
we have talked about embellishing bags and pillows and that kind of thing, doing something that's just a little bit more than sewing the bag together. And these two were just kind of
exactly
put
what
into
we
picture,
were talking.
exactly what we were trying to explain to
Okay,
each other
so-
we wanted to do. I mean, all right, so look at this.
Expect to see him. He will be showing up. I have to figure out the stitches first, but expect to be seeing him. So, I mean, she's got some really, really great ideas of what... All right, so I was saying before the phone died that she has really, really great ideas of things to do, like her. but then she gives you the background of what you need so that you can build upon it and make your own. So really excited about this.
Just need to get through sheep and wool so we can find time to breathe and do stuff.
Right. Exciting things coming. So that was pretty much our trip to Haddonfield. Yeah. We also made a trip up to Collingswood to go to their craft show on Saturday. That was so much fun. We found lots of things.
Because we actually got to go to the craft show.
Instead of being in it.
Because usually we set up the tent, and if we actually get to walk around, one of us is at the tent and the other is running through, just taking a quick look to see what's there. And we got to meander.
I know.
Together.
And we just went crazy.
Yeah. We bought stuff. And
we showed pictures of it on our blog. Yeah. And also we have started a Crafty Toads Facebook page. If you would like to come over and like that over there, you will see things. The reason behind it, I did want to talk about the reason behind it, because why are we all of a sudden starting another Facebook page? Right. You know, we have been looking at brands that we enjoy and their Instagram stories and their Instagram
just
pages.
Their social media as a whole.
Right. People that we would like to be like, and they all have their company Instagram or social media it's a very uniform look. It's a very pretty look, but it's all uniform. There's not a cat thrown in there in the middle of it or something like that.
And it's pretty much all business. To sell whatever, their product, their service, whatever.
Right. So we decided to start the Crafty Toads and have a Facebook page, and we are going to branch off and add an Instagram page and other things, so that's going to be the behind the scenes of Toad Hollow. Toad Hollow will be based more on all the products that we sell. So we started a Facebook page and a blog, and all the information about Collingswood and what we bought and everything is over there. So if you would like to go see what we found, check it out, because we got some cool things.
Yeah. And I will link everything in our show notes, which will be on our Ravelry page.
Oh yeah, we
have a Ravelry page. We don't have a bunch going on there right now, but we have 200 very loyal members.
Thank you so much.
Page, which we should interact with more.
Yes.
Again, we will have cows and stuff coming up
in the fall.
Yeah.
So okay. So
the
that was
pages to the Crafty Toads, by the way.
Yes. Crafty Toads podcast.
Also, one thing we never ever do. If you would like to subscribe to our YouTube, please do so.
Or, hit like.
Hit like. It helps us get found and everything. It also makes us feel really, really good.
Yes.
When we get subscribers. So if you would like to give us a like, a comment, a subscription, that would be awesome. Thank you very much. Okay. I watch other YouTubers and like the first thing out of their mouth, please subscribe. And I'm like, God, we never do that.
We don't. We're so bad at this.
Anyway.
All right. I did want to say one other thing we got from the Assemble, the quilting shop, because this is kind of cool. This is a pen.
This is so cool. Look, we bought a pen.
You write on things and then you iron on it and the writing disappears. Now, I knew that she was for real because she demonstrated it for us. She took a bolt of fabric off the wall
that she
sells, and she wrote all over it. I'm like, okay, this pen really works, because there's no way she is writing all over a bolt of fabric that she's trying to sell. And then she ironed it and it disappeared. So anybody who sews, you know what this is like, trying to find something that you can write with to make marks and things like that, and then actually have it disappear. We have had ones that are supposed to disappear with water. That happens is your fabric gets wet or it dries out in no time. She swears by this. So this is a Frixian ball. It's from Pilot. So if you go to a fabric store, check, see if they have it. It's called the Frixian ball, Frixion. They come in different colors. They're fantastic.
Excuse me. My dog
So.
was excavating the air conditioner. So
Very, very cool. I did want to mention that because I know that there are some sewers out there and you might want to know about that.
and it was as Mary Beth said, when she took out the bolt of fabric, it was like, oh, okay.
Also, it was like $3 for the
Yeah.
pen. So it wasn't astronomical. It was really, it's a good deal.
Yeah.
Okay, moving right along. Let me check our notes and see where we are. I know that we want to talk about this. So,
Oh, okay. We have a yarn club, and our current yarn club is the constellations, where each month we pick a constellation and we dye yarn to go with it.
so far we have done the Pleiades and the Fate of Andromeda, and hopefully everybody has gotten their Fate of Andromeda. If you
Yeah,
have
you
not,
should,
please
yeah.
let us know. But I love that one.
So since it's not a mystery, we show the month ahead. So this is September's yarn, which we are calling the Big Dipper. And the explanation on the coloring comes with your subscription. You can't
actually,
know. Mary Beth will tell you.
every August, when we'd be down at the beach, we always knew it was August because the Big Dipper was over the garage. You look up in
Oh,
the
the
night
house,
sky,
yeah.
and it was over the garage where it was supposed to be, and then you knew it was August and getting close to the end of the summer. And we always said, oh, look, there's the Big Dipper over the garage. So we had to include the Big Dipper. And so this is pinks and oranges and purples, and there's a speckling of blue in there. It's just...
A little bit of speckles of blue.
At the end, you can see it.
Okay.
There you go.
So it's just a very faint speckling of blue. You're just going to be knitting along and go, oh, look, blue.
It's really pretty. So that is the Big Dipper. That is the next one. That will be going out in and around September 15th.
Later, more probably September 20th.
Okay. Between the 15th and the 20th.
Because we will get them all ready to go after the festival. So, but sign-ups are open through the end of the month, through the end of August. So,
If you would like to...
if you haven't signed up yet and you like the yarn, please come do so.
Yeah.
Also, we did the advent calendar. So.
Yes. The advent calendars are open through September 15th, I think.
Yeah.
So if you are interested in joining us for the advent calendar or the 12 days of Christmas, or we also have a Happy Hanukkah one, which will be 8 skeins. For those of you that are new, we should tell you the advent calendar is 24 mini skeins plus extra goodies and 1 full skein of yarn that you get to open on Christmas Day. That one is $150, or you can get the option of adding in a bag that will be custom for the kit, and that is $180. Then we have the 12 days of Christmas, which are 12 mini skeins and
The option of the bag.
the option of the bag. That one I believe is $75 and $100 with the bag. And then we have the 8 skeins of Hanukkah, which are 8 mini skeins, and
And then the full skeins for advent.
I do not know how much that one is. The 8 skeins of Hanukkah. I should know that. And then we have if in case you don't use mini skeins and you would just like to be a part of it anyway, we are doing the 4 weeks of Advent, which are 4 full skeins of yarn plus another full skein of yarn for Christmas Day, and those, I think that is $125 and $150.
Don't. Well, yeah, we'll just. It's on our website.
Yes. Garbage truck has passed. One of the other things that we got, we've been just, buying things left and right. We were watching on a podcast. It's Amy Tangerine's podcast. And she was talking about things that she likes. And one of the things she likes is a journal that you rate your day. And it's a 3-year journal so that you have August 23rd, and then you rate the day, and you can do 2017 right underneath 2018, right underneath 2019. And we were really intrigued by that. So we went to find it. And one of the other things that was there, they always put up, you might also like this, was this one. And this is an everyday 5-year memory book. It's the Mr. Boddington Studio. And what they do is they give you a page for every day of the year. And then there are 5 different sections, so you can do it for 5 years. So that as you hit June 6th in 2018, you can look back and see what you wrote for 2017 and just remember what happened the year before. So I just started it. We got it actually on August 23rd. So I have done 2 days in it so far. But I love the idea of, you know, it's just one sentence or 1 or 2 sentences. There's not a lot of room. So you can't write an entire journal section or anything like that. So you're not...
Just highlights.
Yeah. You're not feeling, oh my God, I've got to write this and that sort of thing. It's just at the end of the day, you just write a quick sentence. And I love the idea that the next year you look back and you say, oh, do you remember we went to this that day?
Yeah.
Or we got lost in Collingswood, or we had to drive home through a monsoon type of thing, you know, and it's just little things like that that you'll just remember.
Yeah.
So I think it's a great idea. So we got these and we have just started.
Very excited.
Yeah.
We love journals.
Oh my God.
We're such a sucker.
I got so excited about it when it came in the mail.
She's like, today's 23rd, our journals are coming.
So excited. Okay. Quick updates on things that we've been doing.
Yes.
We last time we picked out of an adventure jar of things that we were going to do and record things about them and then talk about them on the next podcast. So here's our update. What did you pick?
I picked grounds for sculpture.
So we're going to go through the grounds for sculpture. You'll notice that I'm using future tense. We are going to go.
We were going to go yesterday, and we just decided that we needed to put ourselves in lockdown and focus on New Jersey Sheep and Wool. So we will go after New Jersey Sheep. We're going to do a lot after New Jersey Sheep and Wool.
However, we are. It's going to be in September, so the weather's going to be gorgeous, and
the little children will be back at school, so they will not be crowding me.
There you go. There's a reason we don't have children. Anyway, so we're going to go then. I picked make granola bars. And Cheryl, I just want to say thank you so much for sending us your granola bar recipe. Unfortunately, you are dealing with people who do not have a microwave. So, because everything is microwaved.
She was so sweet. She's like, and the great part is it's all microwaved.
We don't have a microwave. I have found one that I have got the recipe. I have got all the ingredients. We are going to be doing it in the near future. I did not have time to do it yet. So that will be coming. It is coming. So
we will try not to eat the key ingredient.
No, it doesn't take that much of it, so it's okay. But yes, it's going to have all sorts of lovely things in it, so we will be trying that. And another thing I wanted to update was I had talked a couple of weeks ago about wanting to cook my way through a cookbook. So we are doing Back to Basics with Ina Garten. We have done 2 more recipes from this, both of which got a tremendous thumbs up by everybody in the house, including all the 4-legged friends, because everybody was excited. This is Tuscan lemon chicken.
So good.
All right, so she talks about spatchcocking a chicken and doing it. I don't mind doing that so much. It's just I didn't have a whole chicken. I had chicken breast, so we went with chicken breast. But it was delicious, absolutely delicious. So
the key is making sure you marinate it, because we weren't going to do it, and then we're like, no, do it right and marinate it. And oh my God.
Tuscan lemon chicken, and then we did it with confetti corn.
The key to this was we bought fresh corn.
Okay.
From a local farm.
This was so good. So
I mean, I could have just eaten the corn.
Good. We got fresh corn, as Helen said, and I did exactly what she said. I stood it on its end, took a knife and cut off all the kernels. It was a piece of cake. I thought it was going to be more difficult. It really wasn't. It was very, very easy. And then you just do it in a pan with an orange bell pepper, red onion,
which we got from the same farm.
Right. A little bit of butter, salt, pepper, and then we put in chives and basil. Oh my God. Really, really good. So those are our 2 recipes that we've done so far. So far, everything we have done, we have really, really liked. Yeah. The one that we were kind of iffy on were the tomato goat cheese tarts, but that was our oven because it just burned the crap out of everything within 3 seconds.
Yeah.
So we are enjoying this a lot. It was a good idea.
Yes.
Okay.
We will do more.
So that is that. I'm checking my notes. I think we are to reading and watching. What have we been watching and reading? Shall we do reading first?
Sure.
All right.
We finished up the second season of Outlander, and so I enjoyed it once we got them back to Scotland.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Once we got back to Scotland, just enjoying the hell out of it.
So I decided to pick up the series in the book. So I'm reading Voyager, which is the third in the Outlander series.
So now you have read the first book,
Yes.
not read the second.
I started the second, and I just really didn't care. And it was before the series came out on TV or anything like that. And then we started watching it, and I thought, okay, I'm really okay just watching the series. I don't need to know ahead of time. But I really got into, I was enmeshed in them, so I wanted to keep it going. So I picked up Voyager. So I'm not very far into it. But.
Okay. I am reading, I wrote it down, Shop on Blossom Street by Debbie McComber. It's the first in a series of books about a knitting store, of all things. So I'm not too far in it, but I am enjoying it. It's fun. It's not, it's like a cozy mystery. It's one of the cozy books,
Is it a mystery or is it just...
Not yet.
Okay.
I don't know if it's going to be a mystery, but not yet. However, it's a group of people who meet at a knitting store and join a knitting class. And you learn all about them and their lives. You need to stop barking.
I ran out of bribes. Mary Beth has to...
Right, here, you take those and do the one under the table. Okay.
This is not appropriate way.
So, watching. What are we watching? Well, we watched The Last Tycoon. It was on Amazon.
Yeah, Amazon Prime.
It's based on an F. Scott Fitzgerald book. It was very, very, very well done.
Yes.
Really like that a lot.
We are both huge fans of Matt Bomer.
Oh, yes.
So that was a plus to begin with.
And Kelsey Grammer is very good in it.
Yeah.
Lily Collins is very good in it. Everybody who is in it is really very good. And it was really interesting to see the period and everything.
And the costumes are beautiful.
Yes. So. And then I said, we need to find something else that's a good... Bingey thing that you...
At 1 o'clock in the morning, you're saying we have to go to bed.
You cannot turn on another episode. So... we tried a couple different things and did not like them. And Helen said, well, what about Poldark? Everybody's been talking about Poldark. And I said, no, I don't want to watch Poldark. Because for some reason, I had Poldark as being, like, during the Napoleonic Wars in Russia or whatever. I don't know why. So then I read up on it because everybody's been raving about Poldark. And, oh my God.
1 o'clock in the morning yesterday. We have to go to bed.
Okay, can I just start with
Poldark?
Cornwall? Okay. There is Poldark too, but Cornwall, oh God. You have to
The scenery
Cornwall.
is spectacular.
Love it, absolutely
I just picture myself walking the cliffs with my dogs.
Yes, who will not be barking and misbehaving. They will just be walking nicely. Sort of like, Garrick does.
I have a broken wing.
We are really enjoying Poldark, very much so. So, if you have not watched it yet, go find it. It's so much fun. It really is. It's really, really good. All right, so we have been doing that, and then we also have been watching the Midnight Quilting Show. It's a podcast that is based in Crafty, and it is about a lady who, quilts, usually after her kids go to bed at night.
With her quilting juice.
With her quilting juice. It is so much fun. She does it very quickly.
It's great,
very funny. Yeah, she's really very, very good. But it's totally getting us psyched into quilting.
Oh my God.
We really want to start quilting now because
this was not the time to start watching this show because you watch one episode and you're just, all right, I'll go back and make my bags now. So I want to make a quilt, but I'll just go back and make my bags.
You may be seeing quilting in the future. Who knows? Okay. I think that's just about all I have. The only thing I have left is to mention if there's anybody who is in Corpus Christi, Texas,
or the area.
We are thinking of you and hoping that everything is going to work out. There's a huge storm, and we're just,
Yeah, no, we were reading up on Hurricane Harvey, and what were they calling it? The
The zombie storm
Storm.
because it had almost died, and then all of a sudden it turned around and started picking up steam again.
Decides
and
it likes Texas and it's going to stick around for a while.
Yeah, so we are
So we have our fingers crossed for all of you.
sending you good thoughts.
Yeah.
So hopefully,
I know Suburban Stitcher is in the area because she was talking about it last night, getting ready for the hurricane.
it will not be as bad as they are predicting.
Right.
So good luck, everybody.
Stay safe.
Yeah, and make sure the yarn is dry.
Save the yarn.
Save the yarn.
Leave the children, they can swim.
The yarn cannot fend for itself.
And your rescuers will not understand.
No, they won't. So, okay, have a wonderful week, everybody.
Yes.
And we will see you soon.
Yes.
Happy knitting.
Oh, and happy Labor Day, everybody, because that's going to fall in between us.
Oh my
can you
God.
believe Labor
The
Day?
summer is over.
I know.
It's terrible.
It is.
It's
We lost
really
the
bad.
summer.
Go forth and knit because fall is coming and you need
Rhinebeck
to
is
make
coming.
all of the things.
Yes.
All the things. Oh yeah, by the way, we have to make a square between now and Rhinebeck, so yeah, get on that too.
Yeah, no problem.
Cool. Let's get knitting.
Okay, go forth and knit.
Bye guys.
Ha! Just thought we were done.
We thought we were. And then
As we're putting stuff away.
we said, oh my God, we forgot to show the bags. So we want to show you just a couple of the bags that are going to be going up into the shop up for the next day or so, and also will be at the festival with us.
So if you don't care about bags and our self-promotion, just pretend we ended when we
Right.
said we did.
okay, here you go.
This is our extra large tote bag for the fall.
All different pumpkin, apple, seed packets. They are so pretty. So we have it in that size.
Has an outside pocket.
And
And an inside pocket. So
I mean, it's so pretty. I adore that. And we also have it in a slightly smaller size. This is a great large project bag. That size is good as
an Afghan.
or holding all your project bags, the bag that holds the project bags. This is good for a sweater or the beginnings of a blanket.
Inside pocket.
Love that. And then we have this size, which is great for 2 or 3 skeins.
No pockets.
And we also have it in a drawstring. This is our large drawstring. Helen had her Lost in Time shawl with
7
the shawl
skeins.
and 7 skeins of yarn in that. It was getting a little tight, but she got it all in.
It all fit in my snow melt I did in the same bag. So
Big bags. We also have in drawstrings, this is our Dance Macabre fabric. This will also be in some of the other bag styles. They're just in pieces on my desk. And in the drawstring, this is our vintage Halloween masks, which also will be in other styles, including our sock tote. This is our smallest tote bag. It is perfect for a sock or 1 skein project. 2 skein project.
get the inside fabric.
Spiders running all over the place. And then our last bag, these are all our Halloween bags that we're getting ready. This is our toadstool. That is canvas drawstring bag. It's got extra canvas on the bottom for durability, and the inside, which I adore, is all spider webs.
And you get 3 inside pockets.
3 inside pockets going across. It is a great style for all sorts of projects. I love the feel of this bag. I really do. It gets a lot easier pulling it and closing it as you use it more and more, and it's just a great project bag. I love that.
So these will be online by Sunday at the latest.
Yes.
Hopefully today. And if they do not sell online, they will be at New Jersey Sheep and Wool. But we had limited fabric, so if they sell online, that will be it.
Yes. All right. Thank you so much for sticking around
Yes.
for this little extra bit. Look at that, you get a bonus.
This time we're actually done.
Yes, I think so. Okay,
Go forth and knit, everybody.
bye. Again.